Hello, welcome to our last episode. In this video we will be answering to some questions that we received through the forum and different social media, so hopefully it will be clear for you. And just remember that if you have more questions you can contact us through Instagram, Facebook or Telegram.
What is puberty? Puberty is the time in life when a boy or a girl becomes sexually mature. It causes big physical and mental changes and affects everybody in a different way. It usually begins between the age 8 and 14, and the process can take up to 4 years.
Is it embarrassing if I'm 18 and I'm still a virgin? No, it's not. On matters related to sexuality, everyone is free to follow their own pace. Waiting until you are ready and you find the perfect partner is nothing to be ashamed of. No one has the right to judge what is too late or too early to have sex. It is just your decision.
When is the right time to have sex without risks of getting pregnant, even if we use protection? Before or after menstruation, and especially for the first time? Pregnancy is technically only possible if you have sex during the 5 days before ovulation or on the day of ovulation. A woman with a regular 28-day cycle ovulates on about the 14th day of each cycle. But menstrual cycles can vary in length, and this is why it's always difficult to know exactly when your fertile days are and to avoid having sex during those days. But don't worry, in most cases, if you use a proper contraceptive method, you shouldn't get pregnant. And the fact that it is your first time doesn't change anything. You're neither less nor more likely to get pregnant, and the odds are the same. Combining condoms, which by the way also protect you from STIs, with spermicides or hormonal methods, like the pill, can be a way to be extra careful. Avoiding penetration when you have sex also prevents you from getting pregnant, and if one day you have any doubt whether you were properly protected during a sexual encounter, you can also get the emergency pill in the pharmacy, but this shouldn't be used as a regular contraceptive method. And don't forget that you can always discuss these topics with a healthcare professional like a gynecologist.
What happens during a gynecologist consultation? Well, it depends on the reason why you're going to this doctor. It can be only a talk, for example about contraceptive methods or about your period or any kind of question you might have, and therefore it might not require any examination, just an informative conversation. On the other hand, if you go there to have a medical checkups or because you think you might have a problem or you feel pain during sexual intercourse, then an examination might be necessary. You don't have to remove your body or pubic hair if you don't usually do it, and showering before the appointment is enough. Don't try to wash differently or more than usual. The examination itself might be a little bit uncomfortable or awkward, but never painful. The gynecologist might use fingers or a specific instrument called vaginal speculum in some cases, but there is nothing to be afraid of. If you never had penetrative sex, please don't hesitate to tell the doctor before. You have the right to be informed about everything that is done by the doctor and refuse any medical act. And of course, you can always go with a family member or a friend if it makes you feel more comfortable.
How do I know if I'm gay? There is no objective answer to this question. It's related to your personal understanding of who you are sexually or romantically attracted to. Only you can tell. But remember, it is okay to question your sexual orientation and don't put pressure on yourself, because it can change over time. Whatever your sexual orientation is, it is your choice to share it with people around you or not.
What are the meanings behind the different letters of LGBTQ+? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, and plus. For example, intersex, asexual, etc.
So we received a question, or more like a statement, about accepting LGBTQ+ people in Romania or not. And to answer this, we have to remind everybody what tolerance means. Tolerance means you accept and respect people that are different from you. For example, people that have a different sexual orientation. LGBTQ+ people exist in Romania and they should have the same rights as any citizen, and discrimination or violence against them is prohibited under any circumstances. Remember, love is love. We also received a question about gender. Someone wondering why gender is such an important topic if it is something personal. Why should the gender of a person be known by others? And why should there be a community exactly on this issue? The answer to this question would be that gender is a central aspect of our culture. According to the gender of a person, we interact with them in a certain way, we have certain expectations of behaviors, we assign social roles, etc. And this is why being recognized by others as a person from the gender you identify with is essential. Actually, it can be a real struggle from some people to be recognized and respected as men or women when it doesn't really match their appearance. And for example, people will use incorrect pronouns when addressing them. This can lead to great suffering and pain. Also, non-binary people, meaning people who don't identify with the categories man or woman, sometimes need the people around them to acknowledge their gender identity and respect it. Since trans and non-binary people still face severe discrimination, stigma and inequality, it can be of great support for them to organize as a community and defend their rights.
Is it bad if I masturbate? No, it's not bad. It's actually your personal choice if you want to masturbate or not. However, just remember that it's a private thing. And actually, masturbation is a good way to get to know your body, and it's also really healthy.
What does it mean when a girl gets wet? Often, but not always, when a person with a vagina is sexually excited, blood flow increases to their genitals so that the vulva and clitoris swell and the vagina lubricates itself, which is called getting wet. It is totally normal and healthy. This lubrication helps with friction and makes vaginal sex more comfortable and enjoyable. But be careful, your partner getting wet doesn't equal consent. Always ask before any sexual activity to be 100% sure. Same goes when your partner penis gets hard. It can mean that the person is sexually aroused, but the person might not always want to have sex at this moment with you. Communication is the only way to know.
What is the clitoris? The clitoris is the pleasure center of a vulva of a woman. It doesn't have a central role during the reproduction, like the penis or the uterus. It's pretty much just there to make you feel good. The clitoris is right under the point where the inner labia meet and form a little hood. It's above the vagina and the urethra. What you see under the clitoral hood, it's actually just the tip of the clitoris. The rest is a spongy shaft that continues inside the body and surrounds the entrance of the vagina.
Can I get pregnant if I have oral or anal sex? Can you get pregnant from pre-ejaculatory fluid? You cannot get pregnant through oral or anal sex, since the stomach or the intestine, they are not connected to the uterus. But however, you can get pregnant from pre-ejaculatory fluid during penis-vagina intercourse, because there are some spermatozoids in the precum, so yes, there is a chance to get pregnant.
Thank you for watching our last episode. I hope we answered most of your questions, and thank you for watching our series, Healthy Love. We hope we managed to deliver information that is relevant for you on all topics related to sex education, so that you can continue living a healthy lifestyle free of risky behaviors. Our team will be organizing a summer camp that will happen in July on the same topic of sex education, and it will have a limited number of participants. You will know more about it soon if you want to join us.